Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicle Night channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please take a second to click the like button if you like this video or hit the thumbs down if you don't. Also, if you enjoy the contents of this channel, please subscribe if you haven't already. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at this combination featuring BOLTUND VMAX from the Fusion Strike set along with Jolteon VMAX. The combination of these two is actually really great because where BOLTUND VMAX can dish out big amounts of damage to a single target, Jolteon VMAX can take care of multiple targets, especially the weaker, low HP support Pokemon. Let's first take a look at BOLTUND V, and for a change I will be using the Fusion Strike version. And this one is actually not too bad. You'll see in some of my gameplay how I utilize its attacks. This one has two attacks. The first one is Smash Turn. For 1 lightning energy, it deals 30 damage, and if you want, you can switch this with one of your benched Pokemon. And his second attack is Electro Bullet. For 2 lightning and 1 colorless energy, it deals 120 damage, and also 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. In tandem with Jolteon VMAX, the extra 30 bench damage dealt by BOLTUND V can actually help set up for Jolteon's attack. Its Dynamax form is BOLTUND VMAX. It has 320 HP, 2 retreat cost, no resistance, and is weak to fighting. It has 2 attacks. The first one is Bolt Storm. For 1 lightning and 1 colorless energy, it deals 30 plus damage, and an additional 30 more damage times the number of lightning energies attached to all of your Pokemon. This attack is so powerful that with enough energy in play, it has the power to one-hit KO any Pokemon in the game. Its second attack is Max Bolt. For 2 lightning and 1 colorless energy, it deals 230 damage, but you can't use this attack on your next turn. This attack is pretty useful because if you don't have enough energy stacked up yet, you will still be able to dish out a hefty amount of damage. While BOLTUND VMAX is really powerful, it can only hit one target at a time, which is why Jolteon VMAX I think is such a great addition to this build. This is because Jolteon VMAX has the attack Max Thunder Rumble. For 1 lightning and 1 colorless energy, it deals 100 damage to the active. However, you can also deal an extra 100 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon as long as it already has damage counters on it. This attack is also easily payable with the help of the Elemental Badge tool card, which can reduce Jolteon VMAX's attack requirement to just 1 lightning energy. And we can also easily set up that bench damage with the help of Galarian Zigzagoon with the Headbutt Tantrum ability. If you play it from your hand to the bench, you can put 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. And we can use the Scoop Up Net to reuse this ability. So really, if you manage to deal 230 damage with BOLTUND VMAX's Max Bolt attack, and your opponent retreats, Jolteon VMAX may just be able to knock out that Pokemon with the extra bench damage. And to help accelerate energy to our Pokemon and even increase BOLTUND VMAX's Bolt Storm attack, I'm using a 3-3 line of Flaffy with the Dynamotor ability. As long as you have a basic lightning energy in your discard pile, you can accelerate to one of your benched Pokemon. I'm also using Snorlax with the Gourmandize ability for an extra drawing power. For the other unique cards included in this build, I have a copy of Stormy Mountain Stadium, which allows you to find a basic lightning type Pokemon from our deck and put it straight to your bench. I also included 2 Paths to the Peak Stadium, which can be very disruptive against some of the meta decks, turning off the abilities of all rule box Pokemon in the game. I also had Adventurer's Discovery, which allows us to find 3 V Pokemon from our deck, and this can also include their VMAX evolutions. And finally, Speed Energy, which gives an extra drawing power, allowing you to draw 2 extra cards when attached to one of our lightning type Pokemon. And that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. And now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing this awesome BOLTUND VMAX and Jolteon VMAX combo. But first, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get PTCGO code cards. Are you looking to complete your Pokemon card collection online for the latest set? PTCGO has everything you need. Please use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so you can get a 5% discount. Help yourself out with the discount, and thank you for helping support the content I create in this channel and for helping out PTCGO Alright, we're starting this match going first. And we're going to start off with a Jolteon V to go into the active. We have access to Special Energy, Speed Energy, and it looks like we're going up against a Metal type build. Okay, we get a Mulligan. Okay, Zacian V. We get the Elemental Badge. That's going to reduce the cost of Jolteon's attack. And I think I'm going to go with the BOLTUND for now. I'll attach an energy on Jolteon. We get a level ball, which is great. We can start setting up our Mareep. And then we can discard the energy to set up for Mareep. And then we're just gonna get a Snorlax. Since Jolteon V has a free retreat, we can use Snorlax to Gormandize on our very first turn, and that gets us more cards. We can evolve into Flaffy on our next turn, accelerate more energies, especially to our Boltund V. We can evolve into Jolteon, and Zacian V shouldn't be able to attack just yet, unless they draw into an energy and attach it to it, but we should be okay. Okay, they also have Oranguru, typical Zacian V build. If that's the case, they might also have Zamazenta V, which could actually block our attacks, but we can get through that by just targeting our opponent's Zacian V. Okay, let's set up our other Mareep, evolve into Flaffy, and then we can get more V Pokemon with our Adventurer's Discovery card. Just gonna evolve into Jolteon VMAX for the meantime, and then attach an energy on Boltund V, accelerate more energies on Boltund V. I'm gonna use Adventurer's Discovery so that I can set up Boltund. And I could get another Jolteon lineup. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. That's fine. Let's evolve into Boltund VMAX. And just put Jolteon V there. And I'm just going to Gormandize this turn. So what I'm trying to do is build up Boltund VMAX. If I can attack and knock out a Zacian V, that would be great. Or at least set up for a 230 damage attack. There's no attack that Zacian V can deal that will knock out Boltund VMAX anyway. So that could be a good initial damage to Zacian V, especially it has Cape of Toughness, so we won't be able to knock it out with one hit. But Jolteon VMAX can deal a finishing move if we can move it out of the active, switch it with another Zacian V perhaps, and deal 100 damage, an initial 100 damage to another Zacian V, and then perhaps Boltund VMAX can finish it off. So let's see if we can pull that off. Let's see what my opponent does here. They're not putting down any Zamazenta V, so I guess they're focusing mainly on just attacking, but they're only attaching one energy. They still won't be able to attack, but they accelerate 2 energies on their Zacian V. I think that's overdoing it, but that's their choice. So we'll evolve into another Jolteon VMAX, get an energy, attach it there, Dynamotor, one more energy on Boltund, and I'm just gonna use Professor's Research. You can just, there's a Scoop Up Net, which is really great. Get Snorlax out of the active, and then I can deal a hefty amount of damage against this Zacian V. 230 damage. There it is. Okay, so they're gonna attack. They can deal 230 damage to our Boltund VMAX as well, but that's okay. We can you can just retreat it and then re-energize it with our Flaffies. We have a level ball, so I can just evolve into another Flaffy. We can discard 2 energies from our Boltund VMAX to retreat, re-accelerate it, and then we can finish off this Zacian V with our Jolteon VMAX. And that's the great thing about the combination between these two. They're gonna boss my Jolteon VMAX. Okay, and they're gonna switch. They're not gonna attack, and they're just gonna pass. Okay, okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna attach an energy here. That will increase Boltund's attack anyways. Draw 2 cards. Max Thunder Rumble to knock out the bench. 2 prizes, and there goes all the energy. And now we're setting up their active to get knocked out with our Boltund. And again, Jolteon VMAX has free retreats. We can just easily get it out of the active and knock out their Zacian V. So let's see what we are definitely ahead of this game. BOLTUND VMAX can just one-hit KO the other Zacian V because they have Air Balloon on it. And there's a scoop. There you have it. Good game. Okay, moving on to the next match. Okay, we have Snorlax to start. Definitely going to go into the active. Okay, we're going up against a Gengar V build with a Battle VIP pass that's going to get them more Houndour on their bench. So once they evolve into that, they can accelerate a lot of energy on their Gengar V. So we're just going to set up Jolteon. That one requires only one energy. We could probably snipe one of those Houndours on the bench. But for the meantime, let's use Marnie. Have another energy. Discard this, get a Mareep. And then I'm just gonna Gormandize for 4 cards this turn. Okay, we have BOLTUND VMAX as an evolution. So now, if they can evolve into a bunch of Houndooms, they can knock out my Snorlax, or even if they snipe or they Gus one of my Pokemon V, no, they're just gonna pass. They don't have anything on hand. So that's gonna get us ahead of the game. Let me get a evolution of Flaffy to evolve. We can accelerate an energy onto our Boltund. We can knock out this Gengar V in their active, actually. So let's just do that. I think that's the easiest. It's an easy 2 prize right here. But I'm just going to get a Jolteon VMAX with Adventurer's Discovery. And then Max Bolt for 230 damage to knock out their Gengar V. So we're ahead 2 prizes, but you know, the tides of this match could turn, especially they can accelerate Gengar V really fast. But looks like they're just stalling here because I guess they don't have any draw cards available. So we're going to take advantage of that. I'm just going to accelerate Jolteon. We don't have Elemental Badge, but that's fine. We need damage counter to hit that bench. We can use Max Thunder Rumble to get 2 prizes because of Jolteon's attack. And that's the beauty of this combination, you know what I mean? BOLTUND VMAX can hit for a lot of damage on its own. However, if you need to snipe, Jolteon VMAX is there to help you out, especially on those low HP supporter Pokemon. They're gonna hit for 160 damage, but I think we're okay. Let's attach an energy on Flaffy. Wish I could discard that energy so I can accelerate it. I think I'll do that. I'll just use Professor's Research, get rid of our entire hand. Okay, we have Elemental Badge. Let me get another energy attached to one of our Pokemon. Scoop up Zigzagoon. And since we have free retreats, get another energy. Discard that. I can accelerate that next turn. And put the Elemental Badge there, retreat. And I'm just going to attack with BOLTUND VMAX. Bolt Storm is going to hit for 10 more damage. So I'm just going to use Bolt Storm. 240 damage. So even if they end up knocking out my BOLTUND VMAX, nope. They're just going to gust up my Jolteon VMAX. They're going to get 3 prizes. But you know what? Even after they attack, we can just knock it out with BOLTUND VMAX to get our last 2 prizes. So the combination between these two definitely made a difference. Jolteon sniped the 2 Houndour. We got 2 prizes from the first Gengar V. And now we're going to finish off this Gengar VMAX with Max Bolt for the last 2 prizes. Good game, man. Good game. Alright, we're going to start off with a lot of single prizers. Mareep is the best option to put in the active. We're gonna save Zigzagoons for our Jolteon, so we're not gonna use that yet. Attaching an energy on Mareep sets it up so that we can easily retreat it. I'd hate to sacrifice my Zigzagoon just so I can use my Professor's Research, but that might be what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, we are going against a Inteleon Decidueye build. So Decidueye is gonna block our attacks. So we're gonna have to get ready for that. I might as well build up the energy on Mareep. Deal chip damage on the Rowlet. Get an energy. I can set this up for next turn. Let me use Professor's Research to discard that. We have Snorlax. We also have Quick Ball. Get rid of another energy. I'm gonna get Boltund for the meantime. And then gonna get Flaffy so I can accelerate more energies. Put it on Boltund V. And then since we're hitting 30 damage with the 2 energies, I might as well knock out this Sobble. Because Sobble is weak against lightning. So that gets us a prize with Mareep. This is the first time that I've actually knocked something out with the Mareep. So this is a historical video. You know what I mean? I'm gonna attach an energy on Rowlet, but they're just gonna pass. So we are going to really use Flaffy in this build because might as well evolve Flaffy, Dynamotor this energy on Boltund V. Get a Boltund VMAX with the Evolution Incense. We have a switch. And we're just gonna Bolt Storm. Here it is, 360 damage, hitting for weakness, because we have 5 energies in play. The only worry I have is that if they evolve into Decidueye, Decidueye has 140 HP that we have to contend with. Boltund VMAX is not going to be able to hit for any damage. Flaffy is going to hit for just a small amount of damage. And they can just knock out our Flaffy easily with a single hit. And they're hitting for 20 bench damage to 2 of our Pokemon. So between 2 Flaffies, we could deal 120 damage. Let me just knock out this Sobble for the meantime. Get our 3rd prize. Because that's something that we can actually knock out. But 140. I could use Zigzagoon one time because Decidueye is not immune to Zigzagoon's ability. And between the 2 Flaffies, we can deal 120 damage for each attack. So they're going to attack Boltund for 90. They're going to chip damage Zigzagoon and Flaffy. That's okay because we can just scoop up Zigzagoon. So we're going to start attaching energy on Flaffy. I'm going to retreat into my Flaffy, Dynamotor and energy on my benched Flaffy, and just fully energize it for the next attack. And then we just Electro Ball for 50. So we are only hitting for 50. Thought it was 60, but we're gonna get there. 50 damage. Splitting Arrow, they're gonna knock out my active. Then we can knock out, can deal 50 damage on their Decidueye with our 2nd Flaffy. That's 100. We're not gonna quite make it to 140, but we're gonna try. 70. Then let's see. Get another Mareep. I could probably finish it off with a Mareep actually. I can Dynamotor 1 energy on Mareep. We can finish this off. So now it has 120 damage. We can use Zigzagoon, scoop it up. Scoop up, and then we can deal that last 10 damage with our Mareep. Because even if they're hitting for bench damage, they're not gonna knock out our Mareep. So they're gonna bench another Rowlet and Sobble. I have Adventurer's Discovery. We also have Elemental Badge. I could probably set up my Jolteon VMAX. They're gonna knock out my active, hitting 20 damage to both my Zigzagoon and Mareep. But that's okay. We're gonna knock out this Decidueye anyways. Use this Adventurer's Discovery to get my Jolteon. Might as well just get these. Yeah, we're not gonna use all of them, but can set this one up, put that there, scoop up Zigzagoon to deal 10 damage on Decidueye, rear kick for 10 damage. That's 2 KOs with Mareep, guys. That's crazy. Is this a Mareep build or what? Right? We don't have any energy right now, so I mean the Rowlet can probably snipe one of our. I mean no, they're not gonna be able to knock out our Zigzagoon. There's another Rowlet. We need two more. We need 2 more prizes. So if we can get another energy, get Mareep out of the active, attack with Jolteon, and just knock out 2. But we will need to add damage counter on one of their bench Pokemon to deal that bench damage. So we had another scoop up net. That'd be great. Okay, they're gonna scoop up their Rowlet. I don't know why they did that, but okay. Alright, we got a Marnie. We get a Marnie, guys. So as long as we get an energy here, we should be fine. Let's give him more cards, but you know what? This is gonna be game over. And a scoop up net. There you go. That's gonna be game. We get a Flaffy. We can accelerate energy if we have to. We just attach an energy on Jolteon that gets us 2 cards. Just retreat into Jolteon, and then yeah, then we're just gonna scoop up our Zigzagoon to deal damage. Just put one here, and that's gonna be game. Max Thunder Rumble for the win. Good game, man. Good game. Right, moving on. We're gonna start with a Jolteon V. I am liking the combination between Jolteon and BOLTUND VMAX for sure. This is kind of like the Surf and Turf, Groudon, and Kyogre deck. So you have a heavy hitter on a single target in the active, but then you also have another Pokemon that can snipe the bench, which is a really great combination. One thing you do have to be careful with, though, is setting up a lot of VMAX, because of course they become liability. You're giving up 3 prizes at a time, so if you can help it, don't set up too much at a time. So we're going up against a Tornadus V build. Single strike Tornadus. Gonna attack for 60 against our Snorlax. Gonna start setting up our Flaffy line. Then I'm just gonna Gourmandize here. So this Path to the Peak might be able to help us, I don't know. Although Tornadus VMAX doesn't actually rely on abilities, so. Wow, Blasting Wind, 100 damage. Although Tornadus V is actually weak against lightning, so we should have the upper hand here. Maybe we can, okay, we got a Jolteon VMAX, which is great. Let's evolve first. Then I'm just gonna use Professor's Research, get all those energies in the discard pile. I think it's too much to put all those in the discard pile, but we had to. We had to. Might as well set up my BOLTUND V, because Jolteon VMAX is not gonna one-hit KO this Tornadus V. We're only hitting for 200 damage even with weakness. But that's a good start though. 200 damage is a lot. We can knock it out in the next turn. So Tornadus VMAX has 320 HP. If we're hitting bench damage, we're not gonna knock it out with Jolteon because we're not hitting for weakness when the Pokemon is on the bench. So you have to consider that. And they also have Entei. So if you didn't know, I've actually showcased Entei. Depends on how many damage are on your single strike Pokemon on your bench collectively. Not just one, but all of your single strike Pokemon on the bench. So collectively, when you add up all the damage counters on them, Entei can just attack with all those damage counters combined. So it can deal a lot of damage. So as of right now, Entei can actually damage or attack for 200 damage. Then they're gonna Marnie. I had a good hand too. Okay, we get a Marnie. We have a Scoop Up Net, and we have Speed Energy that can draw us 2 more cards. So we have a lot of energies on the discard pile, so we can stack up the energies on Boltund V. Okay, draw 2 cards. Dynamotor, 1 more energy on Boltund V. Unfortunately, we cannot evolve it, but that's okay. Let's Zigzagoon Entei. I'm gonna scoop this guy up. Damage that. We're gonna knock out Tornadus V, and we can probably snipe 1 more Pokemon. Let's scoop this guy up first. I'm just setting these guys up so that we can hit them later on if we need to attack with Jolteon VMAX. So at least now we have 3 targets that we can actually hit for 100 damage on our next few turns. Just gonna get another Flaffy so that we can get more energies in play. Then we have Boltund VMAX to evolve into, which is great. So now we are attacking for a lot of damage at this point with Boltund. See, for now, I'm just gonna target their Tornadus VMAX, getting us 3 prizes, and also their Houndour, because Houndour helps with accelerating energy. Without that support, that's gonna slow them down quite a bit. They need a fire energy to attack with this Entei, and removing Tornadus out of play, it actually cannot attack for... It's only gonna attack for 10 damage or 20 damage with the Angry Fury attack. So we are okay. They're not going to be able to knock out our Jolteon VMAX. We can just retreat it. Then we can use Boltund VMAX to attack any of their Pokemon and just knock them out. They are using a single strike Mustard to get a Boltund into play, but I don't think that's going to make much difference. They cannot accelerate an energy on their Entei because it requires fire energy, and the single strike energy counts only as fighting and dark, so it's still not going to be able to attack. Wait, oh okay, so they're just going to use the attack of the scroll, but it was enough to knock out our Jolteon because single strike energy also adds extra 20 damage for each of it attached. So alright, kudos to our opponent for being able to do that. But with Boltund VMAX, can knock out this Entei. Hopefully they are not going to be able to knock out my Boltund VMAX, you know. Because these single strike Pokemon are actually capable of one-hit KOing even VMAXs with a single hit. Pin Missile. Although, you know what? If they are able to gust our Jolteon V, we could just lose this game. That's the thing, because they only need 2 more prizes to go. For the meantime, I'll just knock out their Entei. It's do or die at this point. If they have a boss and they have the power to knock out our Jolteon V, then that's a fair game. But if not, we only need to knock out one more Pokemon to win this game. And there's the Tornado VMAX. We have a boss, so if they decide to attack with that... Ooh, they have an additional 60 damage to their Tornadus attack. They're actually playing a B-Drill. Single Strike B-Drill. They can just deal that instant KO against our BOLTUND VMAX if they actually wanted to. But they weren't able to do it, so that's a missed opportunity for our opponent. They're gonna evolve into the alternate art, Gengar VMAX, which is really nice. However, we just need one more KO. I don't know what they're doing here. They're just gonna stall, probably survive an attack. But we have the boss for the winning knockout against this Tornadus. There it is. Alright, let's get into another game. Gonna start off with a Jolteon V and a Cryogonal. I wonder if this is a Kyogre deck. I wonder. Get a Snorlax. Attach this here. Get an energy. Start energizing my Jolteon. Retreat. Then Gorman dies. Alright, we get a Boltund V. Can set that up. Okay, they're also using Kyurem. Okay, so this is a Cryogonal with Kyurem combo. I've actually showcased Kyurem a while back. It's pretty powerful. It has the power to one-hit KO any Pokemon in the game, given that you have a lot of water energies in play. So they have Snom. That's going to evolve into Frostmoth so they can easily energize water Pokemon on their bench. That's the downside with Kyurem, though. You cannot accelerate those water energy with Frostmoth because it is specific only to water types. But with Cryogonal, they already accelerate 3. So I got to watch out for these Kyurems. Because even if I start attacking with my VMAX, and if they have the power to knock out my VMAX, and then I'm losing 3 prizes in exchange for 1. So if I can knock out their energy accelerator, though, maybe that's gonna make a big difference. I can get Snorlax out of the active, but I don't have the means to do that. So I may just have to use Gormandice one more time and see what happens. I can thin out my deck. Let me just boss this guy. Gonna Gormandize. Okay, so I bossed this Kyurem because now they won't be able to use Cryogonal. And they had to hard retreat, which means they had to discard 2 energies, and now that's actually decreasing the attack power that Kyurem has. That was my means to stall, but I mean, you know what? It made a big difference because they had to discard 2 energies. Just thinning out my hand here so that I can use Gormandize. Dynamotor. I can attack with Boltund, but that's the thing. If I attack, they could just knock it out. So I'm gonna stall. If I can just target that Kyurem with the metal energy on it, that could help me stall a little bit, and that will remove an attacker from my opponent's side. They're gonna continue with Cryogonal to energize. And the thing with Kyurem is that it doesn't matter where the water energy is. They can discard it. They can discard any energy on their board, and that's gonna increase their attack. So they can just spread the energy however they want. So the more we stall, the more attack power their Kyurem has. So we have to start attacking, but we have to do this. We have to proceed with this carefully, because if we don't, they're gonna get an easy 3 prize if they manage to one-hit KO our VMAX. I can start attacking with Jolteon VMAX, I suppose. We just can always just re-energize and retreat if I need to. And I'm gonna start energizing my Snorlax. I think that's a good game plan because we're only losing one prize with Snorlax. I'm gonna Gormandize. That's fine if they start the attack, because now if we lose one prize with Snorlax, me energizing Snorlax makes my opponent be on guard against Snorlax, basically is what it is. So now they're not only focusing on the VMAX but also Snorlax. Snorlax has the power to knock out their Cryogonals. And we can also use Zigzagoon to deplete Kyurem's HP and knock it out with Snorlax. And we can also paralyze if we successfully flip heads to paralyze their Kyurem. So we can potentially 2-hit KO their Kyurem if they're not careful. They're going to continue to energize. This is basically a waiting game at this point. But if we initiate an attack, might as well boss this guy. Just going to try using Body Slam. Come on, give me heads. There it is. That's my boy, my golden boy Snorlax. Successfully hitting those paralysis. So now if they don't have any means to scoop up or switch out this Kyurem, that's gonna disable one of their attackers, because they have to find a Metal Energy for their other Kyurem to attack. But still, their bench Kyurem is still a dangerous element on my opponent's board. They cannot attack. So you know what? We have Snorlax to knock out their Kyurem, and then we can even target their Frostmoth if we really wanted to. Just gonna knock out their Kyurem with Zigzagoon. It's one less attacker we have to worry about, and less energy on their side too. So less attack power on their Kyurem. And they're gonna put it. They're gonna put their attacker on the active. Just gonna body slam. There it is, man. Snorlax. Gotta love it. Oh, they have escape rope though. And Snorlax was doing so good too. Just gonna sacrifice Flaffy. That's fine. Even if they escape, no, they're not gonna retreat. They're just gonna continue. Dude, you have to attack, man. If you're not gonna attack, you're gonna let me get ahead of the game. I think they're just thinking of targeting my VMAX. That's the thing. But if they don't do that, I'm just gonna continue to attack with Snorlax. I'm gonna spread the energies. Body Slam, enough to knock out their Cryogonal. Another prize. Stormy Mountain. All they need is one energy on this Kyurem, and if they have a boss, they can actually knock out. I think they're gonna hard retreat into Cryogonal. I don't know what's going on here, man. I don't think they have an energy on hand to put on their Kyurem. That's the thing. Knock out another Cryogonal, man. Snorlax is just carrying this game. This is not even a Jolteon BOLTUND VMAX showcase. And this is actually why it's so difficult to showcase a certain Pokemon. You play a lot of games, but sometimes it's not exactly the way you want it to go. Sometimes because you have to change up your strategy. My opponent's gonna sneak up a Volcarona V here because they have so much energy on the discard pile. Oh, they knock out my golden boy. Oh no. Anyways, as I was saying, that's why it's difficult to actually get a good footage, because sometimes you do have to change up your strategy, and showcasing a Pokemon that you really intend to showcase doesn't stand out as much. But that's why I do extra moves sometimes at the end of the game. I know you can just knock out their active, but you know, you just want to showcase how much you could do. Just gonna knock out their bench Kyurem there. There it is, good game. Boltund VMAX is extremely powerful, and with the help of multiple Flaffies to accelerate enough energy into play, Boltund VMAX has the potential to one-hit KO any Pokemon in the game. But on its own, it's very linear and straightforward. However, when you include Jolteon VMAX in the mix, you can now start to hit multiple targets. Overall, I think the Boltund VMAX and Jolteon VMAX have a great synergy. This combo allows you to go against multi-price cards where Boltund VMAX can dish out huge amount of damage, and against single-pricer builds, Jolteon VMAX can hit multiple targets and take knockouts easily. Together, these can just as easily dominate any type of matchups you can encounter. Well, most of them anyways. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicle Night channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.